What's up YouTube? It's Solo QueFine, and today I'm coming with a video for what I think is the best possible build you can make in 2K19. Now back when the prelude for 2K18 dropped, I was just more or less excited to play, so I just kind of hopped in and created a build without really thinking much about it. I always enjoyed playing as a big, so I decided to go with a rebounding athletic finisher, which would be rebounding secondary, driving finishing primary. Now, in reality, it wasn't necessarily a terrible build, but at the time I was trying to make, what I believe to be a realistic center, so my dude was only 6'10". When I played against a computer, it was great. I was able to, blow by dudes, still get boards, get posterizers, etc. But when you start playing online and playing in the park and playing in Pro-Am, that's just not going to cut it. You're going to run into a whole bunch of 7-3 pure stretches or 7-3 rebounding athletic finishers, and it's just going to be, I don't want to call it cheese, but it's going to make your life much harder. Now, fortunately for me, I have pretty good stick skills and basketball IQ, so I was still able to make plays and have a winning record, but it was just an unnecessary obstacle that I had to deal with. So right off the bat, I was hit with a decision on whether I wanted to come out with a 7'3 big or play with a point guard. Now in 2K18, I did have a sharpshooting shot creator, and that was actually a pretty fun build to play with. He could obviously shoot from the outside, the mid-range, and he had pretty decent finishing ability as well. However, in 2K19, I didn't really like how the badges looked for this build, and you can't see the overall at the moment, but I didn't really like how the attribute numbers look for the build as well. Now, every year 2K has some type of, don't want to call it glitch, but animation exploit or gameplay exploit that, can be overpowering and cheesy at times. Now, I'm not a fan of cheesing when you're playing head-to-head, when you're playing online. But if you're talking about when I'm playing the actual my career mode against computer, I'm all for it. 2K is going to charge for their VC, so anything I can do to get VC at a faster rate or get player cap increase at a faster rate, I'm going to do my best to take advantage of it. So with that in mind, I set out to find a build that wasn't elite in one thing or elite in too many things. Now, I know that might sound crazy given that the video is about the most dominant build, a one-of-a-kind type build, but when you're trying to make something, or at least when I'm trying to make a build, I'm trying to make a build that's, very good in every single thing. So with my build, about 80% of the attributes will max out somewhere between that 80 to 90 range. About 15% will probably cap out in that 75 to 80 range, and then the last 5% will be 90 or higher. When I'm going about my builds, there are two things that I just don't really focus on, that I don't care about, and that's defense and passing ability. Now, to me, defense is all about stick skills and basketball IQ. If you have a silver or a gold defensive stopper badge, it was overpowering at times, at least in 2K18, but even on purely offensive builds, I never just got destroyed on defense. In terms of passing, yeah, it helps if you have, slightly higher passing accuracy, but passing is all about just knowing your teammates, knowing who's going to cut, and just having enough IQ to pass to the open man. So I'm not going to waste a build to try to find someone that can get 90 passing accuracy, because my big with 60 accuracy will be able to get just as many assists. So my idea of a one-of-a-kind build is someone with size that can get rebounds, push the ball up court as if he's a point guard, keep you honest from the three-point line, hit the mid-range with consistency, and then dominate down low in the post. Now, if you think about it for a second, those are the exact traits in LeBron James and the Greek Freak, who just so happens to be the cover athletes this year. As you can see from the video, my guy is dominating on the glass, pushing the ball up in transition, hitting guys for easy baskets, driving in and making heavily contested layups, and then just absolutely bullying dudes down low in the paint. Now, even though this build's primary attributes are centered around scoring at the basket, when it's all said and done, it'll still get a silver ankle breaker, silver hustle rebounder, silver deep range deadeye, silver corner specialist, a gold dimer, gold lob city passer, gold posterizer, gold lob city finisher, gold catch and shoot, Hall of Fame relentless finisher, Hall of Fame teardropper, Hall of Fame acrobat, Hall of Fame tireless scorer, and then Hall of Fame with just about all the other finishing badges. You'll see at the end of the game when it shows the badge progression that literally everything that I did in this game was counting towards some type of badge that's most likely going to be a silver or gold badge. And this isn't me playing a game as if I'm doing a badge grind or something like that. I'm just playing a normal basketball game how I would normally play to try to get used to gameplay mechanics, etc. And this build just is geared towards gaining just about every possible badge that you can get in 2K. I'll speed it up so that you can see how many badges ended up gaining points after this game. And keep in mind, I'm playing with a 60 overall, so I'm not shooting, so I won't get any type of points for those badges. So add in the badges you see plus about 4 of the shooting badges, and that gives you an idea of how dominant this build can be. Now, before I reveal what build I'll be using in 2K19, let me know in the comment sections what build you're rolling with this year. From what I've seen so far, it looks like 2K has done some work to kind of nerf out the pure sharps this year. The overpowering playmaking shot creator doesn't look as dominant this time around. And they've also put some emphasis into where it looks like there may be some actual value in creating a shooting guard or a power forward this year. I ended up going with a small forward, largely because there just weren't any bigs that I was able to fall in love with. And then I just don't enjoy playing with a guard as much as I do with other builds, largely because everyone's going to make a guard. And most people online are going to ball hog and jack up bad shots. So I like to have some type of size to get an offensive board to at least be able to score some points and have a decent teammate grade. So without further ado, I ended up going with a shot creating post scorer, that meaning that shot creating secondary, post scoring is primary. And I must say, I fear that they'll end up patching this build at some point throughout the year. There were a lot of tweets by the 2K developers and videos by other YouTubers about how this was the year for the post score. And I can honestly say after playing those games that you have to double team it in order to stop this type of build. With the passing badges upgrading to silver this year, it's going to be pretty hard to stop them, especially when you talk about 2-on-2 in the park. You throw in the fact that the shot creating build has always been overpowered, and this year it adds an ability to get the catch and shoot and the deep range deadeye. You're basically going to have a guy who can dominate down low in the post, hit the mid-range with absolute consistency, stretch you out from the 3, and still have the size, ball handling, and passing abilities to be unstoppable. If you made it this far in the video, why not drop a like or subscribe? Plan to drop some more content that I think will be useful and help you through your grind in 2K19 this year. I appreciate you watching. I'm Solo QueFine, and I'm OWT.